The incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Green 39! Green 39!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Here we go now. Green 39!
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. Back to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. They'll look to throw. And he'd completed 7 straight passes before that one as it falls incomplete and puts a halt to that streak.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Back to throw. Underneath for Johnson. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And Suckup will put this one right through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. Well, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got a 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And Lockett with a grab over the middle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Michael Kendricks coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Mayfield to throw. Going deep here for Landry. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Here's Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
All right, here we go. Green.
2nd down, Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Coleman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7.
Hey, hurry up, here we go. 3, 9.
And again, it's Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And this is complete on the comebacker. It's Landry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Set. Green, 39.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the... And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. A partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Browns, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.